also learned then was surround yourself with better people than you. So I hired the best accountants and best lawyers to navigate through this, well, because I didn't know anything about sort of this sort of depth of mainstream contract, to navigate my way through that. And you learn from people who are better, about what I said earlier. Surround yourself with better people you can learn from, because you then will become a much better person. Now, here comes the disruption. So we're doing brilliant. We're smashing it around the world. We're selling tons. The catalogue's doing tons. The John were playing everywhere. And what I didn't see coming was a little thing called Napster. And for those who don't know, Napster was a company that was downloading people's tracks for free.
Okay.
So people were now suddenly downloading. So they weren't buying these anymore.
Yes.
Or these.
Yes. These
or even these.
That's old.
Yeah, old. And they weren't buying any of these. And
yes.
suddenly they were downloading. And you know something? I mean, our business model was suddenly redundant.
Okay.
Now, this is what happens. I read about this model. So when a shock happens, think COVID here, we first shocked. We can't cope. The brain can't cope with the shock. Then we go into denial.
Yes.
We don't think it's happening. No, we don't think it's happening.
Or it won't affect me.
Yeah. So you think, oh, this is not going to happen. Then once you realise it is affecting you, get angry. So when we start to get angry, we started to sue everyone.
Yeah.
So that's your spotty teenager next door to your old grandmother next door discovered the internet and thought, wow, this is great. So we started to sue all them. But of course we were never going to beat the customer's journey.
Yes.
So you go into shock, you go into denial, then you go into anger.
Yeah.
Then
you wake up to reality.
Then you start to accept, oh, hold on, we've got a problem here.
We need to adopt.
We need to adapt now. Yes. Then you start to grow, because you've started accepted where you are. All those phases now happened. The shock, the denial, the anger.
Yes.
And you start to go, and I think that's where we are as businesses now. Now we need to grow, adapt, accept what's happened.
Yes.
Get the anger out.
Just get on with it.
Forget the denial now. It's happened, and just now move on. And those businesses that will survive are the ones who've gone through that phase and now moved into the acceptance and growing phase. But you know, a lot of them are still further back.
Yes. And I've been speaking to many businesses over the past few weeks, and particularly after lockdown. I think when the lockdown was initially released, people were all excited, and they came back out all excited about, we're going to open up our shops again. And then reality kicked in. The foot flow isn't actually there. The virus hasn't actually gone.
Nope.
We're being potentially forced to come out or encouraged to come out, but yet the risk, the danger is still imminent, is still there.
Well, I mean, let's just break that down. So we know when it first lockdown happened, it was easy to tell people to stay at home. That's the easy bit.
Yes.
Coming out of lockdown is the hard bit, because how do you do that?
How do you phase it? Yes.
And obviously the government has started to phase it, and we'll talk about the winners and the losers.